all these alignments and activities that, you know, go on cosmically that have their effect on the planet, then have its effect on us.
Exactly. And that's where the thought of the collective consciousness or this collective awareness or awakening or on a global scale or level. I know there's a lot of things on that subject, and even from my perspective, I don't have any. I mean, I think that's true. I don't know why it wouldn't be. I think we're all connected in a way beyond just our physical bodies, and so regardless of my personal beliefs as a Christian, regardless of those personal beliefs or not, I think it's undeniable that as human beings and on a human to human level, we have a connection beyond just being able to meet physically, that I think we are all connected. And so when things like this take place, where the Earth is affected magnetically, geomagnetically, and we are, in a sense, we have magnetism in our bodies as well.
Right.
As well as having little electricity as well. You know, we send little signals of electricity. So we're just like the universe. You know, we have magnetism and we have electricity, and we have a lot of things changing and going on in us as well. So I think you're right. When these kind of cosmic things happen, I think they do have an effect on the Earth as well as on us as people.
Oh, I believe that. I've always believed that. I mean, I believed that, 25 years ago. You know, and now with all the activity, heating up, so to speak, I mean, I feel it personally. I hear other people talk about it. I just have no doubt. Well, let's hold our thoughts a moment. Let me play a couple commercials here, and we'll be back to talk some more.
Okay.
Hey, Freedomizers. Please learn more about Freedomizer Radio by going to freedomizerradio.com and also Facebook us right at freedomizerradio.com. Catch you there.
Okay, and welcome back to the Purple Shift with me, Pathé Sages, and my guest, GV Lone Guy. We're here at freedomizerradio.com. The call-in number is 347-324-3704. You can either listen at the number, or if you want to talk to GV Lone Guy, ask him any questions, feel free to call in. It'll just ask you to hit 1 to raise your hand. It'll signal me that you would like to talk. So, GV, we were just got done talking about the 188 days.
Yeah.
And that was that's the big March. What do I want to say? I don't want to call it a prediction. We don't know that. I guess it's what we're all watching for, something big to happen in March. And we know we just had elections in Russia, and it would appear they reelected Putin back in to be president. What do you think about that?
What do I think about that?
Yeah.
Well,
I think he's been running things all along, to tell you the truth.
I agree with you. I think he stepped out of one role into another where he was still in control, and now he's stepping back into the front again where he's going to be obviously in control. But I think he's, I don't know what the deal is. I heard somebody say that he was not a part of the New World Order, so they're all criticizing him or something like that. I happen to know that China has refused to go off of its own monetary standard to follow the New World Order's, one world government and banking and finance situation. So Russia and China are both in opposition to basically the NATO-backed New World Order group coming out of, Great Britain and the monarchy, together with Obama and dismantle the United States in the process.
Well, it's interesting you said that about that he's not part of, because you know what? As soon as you said that, I'm like, you know what? I think probably back in the 90s, I read something about that, because actually at the time, supposedly during his time as president, things were pretty good, and Russia was, people were saying life was great there. I don't know if you're familiar with a website called Philosopher's Stone.
No.
I'm trying to think of the guy's name who is the main writer there. Good grief. Boy, see, here's what we say about our memories and stuff. But there's an article there today, interestingly enough, considering, Putin is just, back in the presidency. And it says, U.S. to attempt overthrow of Putin's government. Now, that's pretty interesting to already, the minute he's elected, that there's already a story. And I guess they're going to say that his, interestingly, they're saying that his landslide victory was a fraud.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Imagine that. That's those things that make me go, really?
They probably have voting machines like we're going to get over here, so that whoever can pay off the most money to the Diebold Corporation can pick the winner.
Well,
did I actually say that out loud? I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead, say it out loud.
But, one of the things I wanted to, if I can just jump over one more quick topic again, because during the break I realized that I forgot to mention something when I mentioned the word organic through my treatment. It reminded me that, I've been frequenting the organic stores, and, of course, we've always been shopping at the farmers markets and stuff, but all of a sudden I've been paying attention to the fact that Monsanto has, over the years, been patenting the seed, patenting life, basically, in the form of taking all the seed stock or a food supply and making a little modification to it, and then therefore patenting it, and then making it illegal for, if you don't buy your seed from them, they can come in and legally take possession of your crops that are grown, even if their seed blows on your property. So there's some of that video out there, which is really interesting, that Monsanto has slowly been taking over, and they're going to control the seed supply so that small farms across this country will have to buy seeds from them every year, because they have developed this thing they call terminator technology in the seed, that it only produces its one generation of plant, and then it stops the seed production. So farmers would have to buy their seeds every year, which they cannot afford to do. It would virtually put an end to the small farms, and that, together with the chemtrail stuff, which is the other topic that's really been in the front of my mind lately, because the guy that put out the original book on the Federal Reserve, the creature from Jekyll Island, and also the same author that put out the book World Without Cancer, which is the protocol that I'm following. This same author is involved in a video, which I posted a little teaser of it on my website, on my channel, but you can get to the whole thing through the links on the bottom. Usually I put links on my videos, showing this same author, G. Edward Griffin, doing the video on the chemtrails, and it's really a good video. I recommend people watching it. They interview a guy up in Redding, California, which is not too far from where I am. I'm over on the coast. He's over on the top of the mountain range over there. And so we're seeing the chemtrails. I'm seeing them by looking from the coast. I'm looking east over the mountains, over that way, and seeing them off in the distance. And he's looking at them from his perspective over looking west. And we're seeing, I mean, it's just incredible what's been going on. And the aluminum oxide that's been turning up in the water supply, which means it's coming down on all of us. It's raining plants and the soil and getting in the water supply. Mount Shasta, the big snow mountain up here not far from Redding, California. In this video, he points out it has 61,000 parts per million of aluminum oxide, and it should have 0. So they're spraying the whole. They're doing this thing on the basis of trying to control global warming by keeping the planet cooler, by putting all these clouds up there and controlling weather. But in the process, they're poisoning us.
Oh, yes. Wow. And, you know, GB, that's just been going on for years and years. And you live in California. You surely know who Rosalind Peters is, right?
Not familiar.
Well, look her up, GB, because she's from your state. Huge activist. She has a lot going on. But I do know from the YouTube community and people that I know, and, you know, people who will just post videos showing what's going on outside their house, that I do believe right now California is experiencing an inundation of chemtrailing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm lucky to say where I live, not so much. But believe me, back in the 90s, I didn't even know what a blue sky looked like anymore.
Yeah, well, that's what it's like here. Anytime there's a clear day, then right away in the morning, I see these big chemtrails laid down, and by the end of the day, we're just all fogged over. It all blows over. They lay them out over the ocean, and they blow in on us, and then they lay them out over us, and they blow in over the mountains in Redding.
Right. And see, you know, we know that there's, aluminum, I want to say strontium, several things in there. Actually, my guest on that I'm going to have on Wednesday, she talks about Morgellons and the chemtrails, and because of all the chemicals. But are they doing it to you all day long, or are they just doing it in the morning and in the evenings?
It's pretty much all day long. I've even seen them crisscross direction over each other and at different elevations. And I saw one chemtrail casting a shadow on another chemtrail. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And as you know, a contrail made from true condensation from the heat of the jet engine hitting the moisture in the atmosphere, that would not cast a shadow. And it would also dissipate well before it had a chance to do this. This thing was laying up in there for a long time, casting a shadow on one down below it. It was just amazing to see. I snapped a picture of it with my phone, but it's not a very good shot, but if I can, I'll upload it.
Yeah, that would be interesting, because you know what, there has been interesting videos people have put out with like this shadow effect going on in the sky. And I commented one day out on a simple ride with my husband, there was some chemtrailing going on. There was big puffy clouds, but it was like the clouds started coming lower. I was like going, oh my God, it looks like, you know, you could reach up and touch that cloud. And as they were dropping down, they were turning gray.
Wow. Yeah. We're getting all kinds of weird weather and weird cloud patterns, so there's definitely something going on there. definitely something going on there. Have you been paying attention to the news regarding Andrew Breitbart?
Well, just, you know what, I've seen him on some shows, so I was aware of who he is. What a shock.
Or level. I know there's a lot of things on that subject, and even from my perspective, I don't have any. I mean, I think that's true. I don't know why it wouldn't be. I think we're all connected in a way beyond just our physical bodies, and so regardless of my personal beliefs as a Christian, regardless of those personal beliefs or not, I think it's undeniable that as human beings and on a human
not only are all these alignments and activities that, you know, go on cosmically that have their effect on the planet.
To human level, we have a connection beyond just being able to meet physically, that I think we are all connected. And so when things like this take place, where the Earth is affected magnetically,
then have its effect on us.
Exactly. And that's where the thought of the collective consciousness or this collective awareness or awakening or on a global scale